Hey guys, how are you? Happy Thursday. We're doing you guys' love readings today. It's kind of small. I hope you guys can see. I know some people were having trouble following along when they join in the middle or even just finding their timestamp when it's time for your sign if you're watching the replay. So I put this up for you guys. Hopefully you can read it. Maybe if you do full screen, if you're watching the replay, or I think you can do it live as well, but I'll cross them off as we go along. That way you guys can know what sign we're on. We're doing love readings. So these are for single, these are for couples. When I was meditating on the love energy, the collective love energy before we hopped on here, I was feeling a lot of movement. So new beginnings for people that are single, moving into new relationships, or even maybe possibly moving locations and then meeting someone in a new location, as well as for people in relationships. Moving in your relationship. So, hi, sunshine and rain. So, moving to new levels in your relationship, or you and your partner moving in together, or moving to another location together, anything like that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We'll start with Aries as usual. Spirit, what's going on for Aries' love life this week? What's going on for Aries' love life this week? And we actually have a new moon this week, so it's no surprise that we have that movement and those new beginnings. What's going on for Aries' love life this week? All right, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Hi, Melissa. The Moon. The Seven of Swords. And then we have the Strength card. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. Okay. So for those of you that are in a relationship, I think you're realizing what it is that you have in your relationship. You are possibly, maybe around the new moon, you're realizing something about your partner, or there's some kind of event that makes you realize that you want to move forward with your partner, or vice versa. This could be them feeling this way about you. I think you guys are trying to move forward quickly when you realize this is happening. But I think that it's more so that you are trying to make something happen on your own here with these three cards. I think you're saying, for example, oh my gosh, I want to marry this person. And then you're just, maybe without talking to them, you go buy a ring, or you start telling everyone you guys are going to get married or something. You're just moving very quickly here. The Strength card is asking you guys to balance your emotions out, not get too excited, not jump the gun and make decisions or tell people things without telling your partner first, making sure that you're kind of following the right protocol for how to handle the situation here, so that you are not making your partner feel defensive. Like, imagine if you told people you guys are getting married and then they tell your partner and your partner's like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. We just started Linawu. We're on Aries, okay? So, and I'll be crossing these off as we go. I know it's a little small. I might do it sideways or figure out a way to make it bigger next week. But I'll cross them off so you guys can see which sign we're on. But you don't want to make your partner defensive. For those of you that are single, I think you've been very happy being single here with the Queen of Pentacles. I think you are just kind of fine being on your own. You haven't been looking for someone, but I do think that someone is coming along for you. Again, possibly around the new moon. And that collective energy that we had, that new beginnings are happening. I think that I almost feel like someone's coming in for you and you're not interested, though. I feel like you have realized that you want a different caliber of person while you've been single, and this person doesn't match up to your standards. So you're like, nah, I'm going to skip it. I'm just going to hang out by myself. I'm going to just control myself and wait. I don't want to jump into anything yet, as a way to protect yourself, okay? So we'll move on to Taurus. Can you see that? Got a little better? Hello, you guys. Thanks for joining in with me. Thank you, Michelle, for saying my readings are fabulous. Since you guys are interested in love, I have a love special going on for 30% off on Lotta's website, astrolotta.com. You can go to the Readers tab, and then you can click my name. There's a picture of me there. And I actually think I have this jacket on in the picture, so you should be able to find me. But it is a 10-card love spread. We go over the current energy in your relationship, the desires of each partner. And this can also be for singles. If it's for singles, we just look at the next person coming into your life, okay? The desires for each partner, how you can move closer together, and then the potential outcome of the relationship. So it's a heart spread. That's why I was like making my hands like this. But it's 30% off until May 7th if you guys want to snag that. And then you guys can always just get a timed reading from me there as well. Okay. And that can be on any subject. All right. Spirit, what's going on with Taurus's love life this week? Spirit, what's happening in Taurus's love life this week? What's happening for Taurus this week? Okay. So we have the Seven of Swords again. We have the Sun. We have the Star card. And then we have the Lovers. Bottom of the deck, we have the World card. So that general collective energy that I got about new beginnings and moving forward in your relationships is definitely applicable for you guys. You're ending a cycle in your relationship. So if you're single, you're ending your singlehood or singleness. If you are in a relationship, you're moving forward in your relationship. Some of you may be ending relationships, but I don't really see that here. All of these cards are very positive. It would be more so that you're moving forward in your relationship in some kind of way, or it's evolving in some way. So I think that you guys, for those of you in a relationship, I feel that you've been maybe stagnant in your relationship for a while. And I almost feel like it was out of fears or doubts, or you were worried about what other people were thinking, or worried that it wasn't going to work out with this person, or worried about if things would work out if you moved forward. Just lots of worries here. I think you're getting rid of that. You're getting your confidence, and you're like, you know what? I don't care. I'm going to move forward with whatever I want to do with my partner. I don't care what other people have to say about it. I'm not concerned with how they feel or think about it. As a result, you're gaining more authenticity in your relationship. Both of these cards represent authenticity here. So you and your partner are maybe reaching a new level of intimacy. Your bond is strengthening. You guys are getting to know each other more. You guys are getting more comfortable with sharing like the deep personal things about you. And you're moving forward as a result of that. For those of you that are single, I see you guys, I almost feel like you guys are, some of you are just getting started dating again. Like you've maybe been single, but you haven't really been looking. You haven't been going out and trying to find anyone. You've just been like, I'm just going to hang out on my own, or maybe getting over a past relationship and you've been busy trying to navigate that. I see you guys getting more confident, saying, okay, I'm going to get out there. I'm going to start dating. I'm going to start having fun. I'm going to go out with my friends. Some of you may be wearing some skimpy clothing. The summer's coming up, so you may be wanting to show your body off, or being really confident in that way. Some of you may be revving your engine sexually. If you've been single for a while this week, you may be finding a partner or engaging with a past partner even. I'm not necessarily seeing for singles here that you're moving into a new relationship this week, but I think you're doing like the work that would be required to before you can move into the relationship. And then we'll see what happens for you next week, okay? So that is Taurus for you guys. And now we're going to move on to Gemini. Amba, we're on Gemini now. So I have this up for you guys. I know that it's small, so I didn't know that was going to happen before I got on here, but I'll try to work on that for next week. I'll just probably write it out on like a bigger sheet like Lotta does. But okay, so let's go ahead and do Gemini. Spirit, that's not for you. Spirit, what's going on in Gemini's love life this week? Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands, so continuing that that collective energy that I found. I talked about the collective energy right at the beginning, guys. It's real short. It's like 2 minutes. I just said that we're all moving forward. So into new relationships, furthering our partnerships. The cards that you have, Gemini, are the Four of Cups, the Temperance card. Man, I can never get my lighting right. I'm always changing my location. That's the problem. Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Swords. So I think those of you that are single, you have lots of people approaching you this month wanting to start relationships with you, start dating you. You're not interested in most of them. I think you have come to realize your standards recently. And you are sticking to them. You're trying to find the person that balances you out, or the person that has the right mix of the right qualities that you want. You're focusing on finding someone that provides an equal energy exchange for you. So this could mean that in the past you've had partners that were not bringing equality to the relationship in terms of finances, in terms of resources, in terms of time, in terms of intimacy, any of those things. You're kind of dead set on finding these things, and you do, I think, towards the end of the week, or at least there is the potential of that coming. Like maybe a friend, maybe you talk to a friend and say like, man, all of these guys or all of these girls that are approaching me or that I'm approaching or whatever are, you know, I'm not interested in them. I don't feel like they match up to what I want. And then your friend is like, oh, next week I'm going to introduce you to my friend that matches the qualities that you're looking for. And then we'll see what happens for you next week. For those of you that are in a relationship, I see that you guys are, I feel like in the recent past, you and your partner have been trying to find, you've been disagreeing. I think you guys have been just not on the same page. You guys maybe with what you want, you've been wanting different things, or you've been not feeling like you are headed in the same direction. I think that's being remedied this week. I think you guys are finding a way to balance yourselves, finding a way to find a common ground, compromise, all of these things. You're able to manage your expectations with each other as well. So I think there may have been an imbalance in regards to what someone was expecting from the other, or someone was expecting the other to just go with what they say and not being willing to compromise or something like that. And now the person is being a little bit more realistic and saying, okay, I need to compromise. If I want them to do what I want to do, I need to also in some ways find a way to do what they want to do. And that sparks it's the spark for you guys moving forward here into wherever you're headed, the Three of Wands. So maybe it is the realization. I almost feel like one person was like halfway out the door, and now the person comes and compromises, or the person realizes that they want to come and compromise, and the person that was halfway out the door is like, okay, I can stay here. I'm safe here. Like we can make this relationship work. Okay. So that's what I have for Gemini. We're going to move to Cancer next. The Betty asked what the bottom of the deck card represents. It's kind of like a clarifier. So a clarifier just means it gives you more detail towards what the spread is actually talking about. So for example, if I had, I'll do this quickly, guys. If I had just these three cards here, these three cards together, whatever three cards and any three cards could mean multiple things. But then if I look at the bottom of the deck and I see Justice, it gives me a little bit of clarification on what this is about. Okay. I think the new moon is going to be amazing as well, Maggie. And Lada did a really good video. I'm sure you guys have watched it, but she did a really good video on how we're all going to be releasing like familial wounds and generational trauma with this new moon. So you guys should definitely watch that as well if you haven't. Okay, so let's move on to Cancer. Spirit, what's going on with Cancer's love life this week? What's going on with Cancer's love life? Cancer for this week. And someone asked last week what I mean by this week. Cancer's love life for this week. So I do my videos on Thursday. So this is from Thursday all the way until Wednesday. So it's not the calendar week or what we would usually think of as the week, but that's the week that I do just because the other girls go on during the weekend. So I like to give you guys a little bit of a break and then come on later. We have the Page of Swords, the Judgment card, the Ten of Swords, Page of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords, okay? So I think those of you that are in a relationship, you have stuck to your, or excuse me, those of you that are single, you've stuck to your guns, you've stuck by your standards, you have been very clear, even with people that you are initially dating, like people that you go on first dates, second dates with, but you're not in a committed relationship yet. You've been very clear with setting your boundaries, setting your standards, making them known. And as a result, you found someone who is a good fit for you. I think you found not the one, but like the right person for right now. I do think that you're stressed out. I think you're second guessing yourself because as you get deeper into this relationship this week, you are starting to realize, I almost feel like it's nothing. I almost feel like you're creating things in your head and you're like, I mean, this is all about, the swords is all about thoughts and communication. So I think that you guys in your head are like, this isn't going to work out. They're going to end up like the last person. They're going to end up leaving me. Whatever your wounds in regards to relationships are, they're all like coming up to the surface and you're overthinking it. There is potential here for you to create something very stable with this person, to be with this person for a while. If you are single and you haven't met this person or you're talking to multiple people and you're wondering who this is, it's probably going to be a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, okay? For those of you that are in a relationship, I feel like you guys are moving to the next step here this week. There's an engagement, there's a proposal, or I actually don't feel like there's an engagement. I feel like there's a talk about getting engaged. So you know how couples usually before someone actually proposes, they will just have talk about it. Like, would you want to get married? And do you want to have kids? Like all of those conversations that signal to you that you guys are moving forward, but it's not necessarily the conversation that moves you forward. That's happening for you guys this week. I think for some of you, it's scaring you. You're like, oh man, like they asked me if I would want to get married and I would, but am I sure this is the right person? There's just like a second guessing for singles and couples here. But again, you're headed in the right direction. I wouldn't stress yourself too much. And I'm not saying like completely go along with it, or if you're single, I'm not saying completely date this person. But since I'm telling you that you're overthinking things a little bit this week, maybe just don't make any decisions at all. Maybe just wait and say, hey, I'd rather have this conversation next week. If they're trying to make you their girlfriend or their boyfriend, saying, hey, I'd rather have this conversation later on. I just need some time to think about it. Get your thoughts clear. Okay, so let's move on to Leo. I feel like we're going quick today. Happy Thursday, Phil. All right. For those of you that are just hopping in, I want to let you guys know I have a special going until May 7th. I have a heart spread love reading for 30% off. We go over the current energy in your relationship, or if you're single, we'll go over the current energy in regards to the next person coming in for you. Excuse me. We'll go over the desires for each person as we spread out into the heart. And then we go into how you can move closer together. So for singles, how you can move closer to actually meeting. For couples, how you can move towards the next step. Individually, how you can make that happen. And then the last card is a 10-card spread. The last card is going to be the potential outcome. Okay? All right. All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles, the Death card, the 7 of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles, okay? The Knight of Wands here. So for some of you that are in a relationship, you've been working very hard towards your relationship and you're tired of it. You are, it's like it's too much effort here. Or even if you're single, you've been trying to make someone your partner. If you're in some kind of like situationship or something, you've been working, it's like you've been almost trying to force it. And you don't want to do it anymore. So you're finishing that. I do feel like, okay, so some of you aren't actually exiting the relationship, but you are pulling your energy away. So you're not going to stress yourself trying to be the one who puts in all the energy. You're not going to be the one that puts in all the communication. You're not going to be the one who puts in all the finances. You're removing your energy here for some of you. And even if you're single and you've been kind of like chasing someone that you've been dating, trying to make them your partner, you're removing your energy from the situation. As a result, I think it moves forward. I think as a result, you end up with the upper hand. Like the person realizes, oh, they pulled their energy away. They just kind of sense that you're not there anymore. Like you checked out and they notice that. And I think they get their stuff together. I think it's more so, more than it has to do with you pulling your energy away. I think it has to do more with the confidence that you exude as you pull your energy away. So for some of you, you may have been kind of oozing a little bit of desperation here in the beginning or last week or for the last month. You've been desperate, coming off as desperate, or you've been almost like pushing them a little too far, like they felt like you're just trying to force them to be with you in some way. And as you remove your energy from that, and as you say, you know what, I'm not forcing someone to be with me or to interact with me, you become more confident in yourself. I think you get a new aura about you that actually ends up attracting this person more because you're not trying to force them. You're not trying to move the relationship forward too quickly or in a one-sided way, and you're not trying to start a relationship in that way either. Okay? I hope that resonates for you guys. Let's move on to Virgo. Spirit, what's going on for Virgo's love life this week? What's going on in Virgo's love life this week? We have the Five of Cups, the Emperor, the Queen of Swords, and the Magician. Bottom of the deck, hi, Angie, and then we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, okay? You guys may be dating or trying to date a Gemini. So for those of you that are single, I think you are still grieving or mourning the loss of someone that you dated in the past that may have been, this person was always having the upper hand in your relationship. This person was always the one that was like in charge. Maybe they were a little demeaning towards you or demanding towards you. You are sad that you guys aren't together anymore. But I think during this week, possibly with the new moon as well, you are realizing, I think you're just getting your wits about you a little bit and you're realizing, wait a minute, like I don't have to be sad about this person. They actually weren't even that nice to me. They actually treated me very badly. They were very rude. They were always, they were controlling or whatever the case is. You're realizing these things, and I think you're moving forward towards manifesting new things that you want. I don't feel like you guys are getting into a relationship this week, but I do think that you guys for singles are, as a result of this realization, you are now like starting to think about and draft what kind of person you want to be with in the future so that you can move towards that, and finding a situation that feels more authentic to you. For those of you that are in couples, I feel the same way. You have there's some kind of discord in your relationship right now because your partner this could be you or your partner doing it to the other, but either way, you guys are not on the same page because one person is being demanding, demeaning, one person is, I almost feel like being sneaky or accusing the other person constantly of being sneaky, like saying you're cheating, and no one's cheating. It's paranoia a little bit. I think someone's putting their foot down, whoever the person is that is not putting that energy into the relationship. They're sick of it and they're saying, hey, listen, I don't appreciate this. Like, we can't be together if you're going to constantly accuse me of cheating. We can't be together if you're going to talk to me like I'm a child, or like if you're going to disrespect me or try to like parent me. I'm getting for some of you guys. As a result of you speaking up, your partner realizes, or you realize if this is your partner speaking up towards you, that it is in fact unfair. They are changing their ways. The conversation manifests a new reality for you guys that can make you feel more on the same page. Okay. All right, let's move towards Libra. It's hot today here, guys. Is it hot yet where you guys live, or are you guys still in the colder weather, Libra? Okay. Spirit, what's going on with Libra's love life this week? What's going on for Libra this week? High Priestess is at the bottom of the deck. I have the Three of Cups, the Hanged Man, the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Five of Swords here. And then the High Priestess looks like this, if you guys wanted to see the card. Those of you that are single, you're having fun out with your friends. I almost feel like you've been chasing people before. You've been chasing a relationship. You've been saying, I don't want to be single. I don't want to be single. I don't want to be single. And now you're kind of going out with your friends. And I think you're almost realizing like, oh, this isn't so bad. Maybe your friends are complaining about their partners and complaining about relationship stuff. And then you're realizing like, oh, maybe I don't want to be in a relationship. Maybe it's not as good as it's cracked up to be. And you're being okay with kind of isolating yourself and being on your own. I think that as you guys remove yourself from trying to look so much externally and trying to focus on finding someone, and instead we are on Libra. And instead of trying so much to like receive from the outside, as soon as you pull your energy away from that and you focus on the internal, I think your intuition starts strengthening. You get more in touch with who you are. You realize what you really need in a partner before you move forward, all of these things. For some of you, you may be seeing we're still in singles. For some of you, you may be seeing a friend in a different light here, realizing that maybe this person, that the kind of person that you've been wanting or dreaming of has been with you all along. I almost feel like for some of you, you're in like a really tight friend group where this could also be like a family friend, or a one of your family members is friend. I guess that's a family friend, but you're seeing them in a different light, and I feel like you find some kind of attraction towards them. I almost feel like you think that there's some kind of forbidden situation here where like you're not supposed to be with this person. Like maybe the friend group will fall apart if people start dating, or your family members will be mad. Like it'll just make people feel awkward if you guys start dating or something like that is going on. I think you're going to start dating them, and I think you're going to keep it a secret. Okay, if that's the scenario for you. Now for couples, I think your relationship is lightening up a bit this week. Maybe you guys are moving back towards what you used to do in the beginning of your relationship, or what you guys used to do together when you were just friends, kind of finding the joy in your relationship again, rather than being so serious as you may have been in the past. couple of weeks. I almost feel like someone's been trying to push the relationship forward or trying to pull something out of their partner, like some kind of conversation they've been trying to pull out, or trying to move forward in some way, or have some kind of feeling. You've been searching for some kind of feeling in your relationship here that you haven't been able to get. And I think this week you're like, you know what, I'm going to stop focusing on that. I'm just going to have fun. Like maybe there's some kind of event you have going on where you guys are going out with friends, or it's someone's birthday, and then you guys have fun and you end up getting what it was that you were searching for this whole time. So as a result of you guys having fun together, maybe they feel more open to tell you what it is that you've been wanting them to tell you, or you guys have this new level of intimacy as a result of having the fun. It's like the blockage was that you guys it was just too serious. So this fun kind of opens you up and opens your relationship up, the energy in your relationship, and kind of shakes up any stagnant energy that was blocking you guys, okay? We're going to move to Scorpio. South Carolina, I have family there. North Texas. Oh my God, Texas gets really, really humid. I came to Jesus through the New Age movement. Okay. Jeremy, I'm going to remove you. You're welcome to have your own beliefs, but we're not pushing our beliefs on anyone in here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. We're going to move on to Scorpio. Spirit, what's going on for Scorpio this week? What's going on in Scorpio's love life for this week? What's going on in Scorpio's love life? Spirit, what's going on in Scorpio's love life for this week? Okay. We've got the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the King of Pentacles, and the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. There is some kind of decision that you guys have to make here, some kind of question that's coming up for you, and you don't know how to answer. I think you know the answer, but you are avoiding the answer. You're like, I know that I have to tell my partner about what's going on, or I almost feel like for some of you that are in a couple, it's that you are receiving some kind of recognition in regards to your job that's going to have you have to move or have to work longer hours, or stop working from home if that's something that you do and you and your partner enjoy working from home. It's something like that where the change in your job is going to affect your partner and it's going to affect your relationship, and you know they're not going to be happy about it. So I feel like you're like, man, I have to tell them this. I don't want to. It's not necessarily a negative thing. Like you have the Six of Wands here. So it's like an exciting thing for you, but you just know your partner is not going to be as excited as you are about it. I think you realize once you tell them that they're actually happy for you. They realize how much of an opportunity is for you. They want you to secure your future or secure whatever it is that you want in your career. And they're like, you know what, it's fine. Like, I think they're being very supportive here with the Knight of Cups. And they're like, it's not ideal, but congratulations, great job. Let's go celebrate. And then you were worried for nothing. For those of you that are single, I almost feel like an ex is coming back to you. I think you are being, again, recognized in some way. But for you guys, I feel like it's more on a social level. Like you are invited to a party, or you post a picture on social media and it's like really popular or something like that, where you're in some kind of social uplifted status and you're an ex-partner or even just an old friend or something like that notices you, and then they are like, hey, I'd be interested in dating you again, or they want to go out to lunch or dinner or something like that, and you're like, I don't know if I should get back into this. I don't know if I should deal with this person, or if it's an old friend, you're like, I don't know if I should take it to that level. We've never really been interested before. We didn't have that kind of chemistry before. I don't know if it's going to work. I think you're going to go, or give this person another chance, or have this conversation with them, or whatever the case is. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with what comes out of it. Okay. All right. We're moving to Sagittarius. Maggie, did that resonate for you? Ashutosh, sorry if I pronounced you guys' names wrong. I just paused them from the chat. Hawk, I'm not doing personal readings for people right now. We're doing readings for the sign. But if you go to astrolata.com, I'll actually type it in for you guys. astrolata.com/readers/Katrina.html. That is where you can find, you can get a personal reading from me. You can do 15 minutes, 30 minutes. And I also have a special right now that I'm doing for love readings. You can get this if you're in a couple or single. If you're in a couple, it'll be with you and your current partner. If you're single, it will be you and the next person that's coming in for you. We will go over the current energy, the desires of each partner, how each partner can move towards the other, and then we'll also go over the potential outcome of the situation. It's a 10-card spread, okay? All right, Spirit, what's going on for Sagittarius' love life this week? What's going on in Sagittarius' love life this week? Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor. You guys are trying to control your partner, control your environment, control your energy and who you give it to if you're single, or if you're in a couple. We have the Three of Cups, the King of Swords, the Seven of Swords, the Three of Pentacles. If you guys are single, I think you're having a lot of fun being so. I think that you are in a zone where you're like, I don't really need anyone. I don't really, and this is, I mean, Sagittarius are usually like this when they're single. They're like, I don't really need anyone. I'm not really worried about attracting anyone or finding anyone. I'm just doing my own thing. And you're happy doing that. You're kind of, you're just focused on yourself. You're not focused on anything else outside of yourself, and whatever presents itself to you, you're open to it, but you're not actively chasing anything that you don't have. I do think that someone finds you, however, and I do think this person is very persistent. I think this person comes along and they're like, hey, I want to date you. And you're like, oh, I'm not really worried about dating right now. And they're like, no, seriously, I want to date you. And they are very persistent and they're not giving up. Not to say they're going to be like creepy and like stalk you or anything like that. They're persistent to a point where it's not alarming, like not scary. Okay. And I don't think they're going to give up. I see you guys giving them a chance here, but I don't know how much of a chance you're going to give them. So I don't know if it's like you're just going on one date just to appease them, to get them off your back, or if you're actually interested. We'll have to see that next week. For those of you that are in a couple, I think you're having lots of fun in your relationship. I also feel like you and your partner are starting to attract more couple friends. So maybe you guys have had, all of your friends from before have been single, and it's just been you two in a couple, and then your friend group, everyone else is single, and there's just, the dynamic is a little off sometimes because, I think couple friends always need some other couples or couples always need some couple friends. I think you guys are finding that this week, and I think it's actually changing, being around other couples. I think it's changing how you guys view your relationship. I think it's giving you new ideas of how maybe a relationship should work, or some ways that you guys can get your relationship to work a little bit more. I think you're putting some more structure into your relationship here as a result of seeing how other people operate in their relationships. And I think it helps you guys move your relationship forward, come to a better understanding, a better way of working with each other. Okay? I hope that resonates for you. We're on to Capricorn. All right. Hawk, I'm not sure what you mean by asking if I can tell you about Leo justice. Ashutosh, I'm glad that it resonated for you. All right. Spirit, can you tell me what's going on with Capricorn's love life this week? Didn't mean to pull that one out, but we'll see what it says. We have the Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. One of the earlier signs had that same card at the bottom of the deck, so if you're single, that might be a sign that you're attracting. I believe it was either Taurus, Gemini, or Cancer. I can't remember exactly which one. Okay, we've got the Three of Pentacles again, the Ten of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the Six of Swords, the Three of Swords. I think you guys are trying to, couples, I think you're trying to build something here in your relationship. You're trying to create a stable foundation in your relationship. So I think for a lot of you guys that are watching this, your relationship is fairly new. Or for those of you where your relationship is fairly new, you're trying to create something more established. I think you're in that phase where you've been dating for just like a couple of months and you guys haven't really found your groove and you're still learning things about each other every day and you're just trying to figure out how things can work, how you guys can really mesh together so that you can be happy here. I think you're really stressing about it because I feel like you're losing hope that it will happen, like that you guys will come to an understanding, that you guys will ever have a relationship that just kind of flows, but it's not necessary at this point. It's really early for you guys. And I'll talk about couples that have been together longer in a second. But for those of you that it's early. So there's always adjustments and changes that need to be made in new relationships because you guys are two new people that are trying to come together as one or create some kind of union here. So I think you're realizing that this week. Hopefully as a result of watching this video, you're realizing that the stress that you've had is not really that necessary, or maybe you're talking to a friend and they're like, just relax. Like it doesn't mean it's not going to work out just because it doesn't work out in month one. And then you're gaining some patience here and being willing to wait for this next level that you guys are going to. And I think you guys will get there. I think it's just you guys have to kind of coexist a little longer so that you can figure out how to mesh. For those of you that have been in relationships for a longer time, I think that you guys have reached this level already. You guys are stable. You guys are happy, seemingly happy. But I think you're getting bored. I think you guys are like, where's the excitement? We don't go on date night anymore. We don't go on vacations, or we don't just laugh, or whatever the case is anymore. And it's like everything has become so scheduled and like monotonous for you guys. I think that a conversation with your partner this week helps you guys move away from the kind of blah that you're feeling. And you guys are like, okay, yeah, we have been a little lax. We haven't been as enthusiastic or putting as much effort into our relationship as we have in the past. Let's start doing date night. Let's start going on vacations or whatever the case is. I do think, though, that it doesn't happen right away. I think it's like you guys talk about it. I don't think this is the last conversation that you guys will have about it. So I think you guys talk about it, and it's like, yeah, let's start doing date nights on Friday night. And then Friday comes, and you guys are like, oh, we're tired from the work week. Or one person is like, oh, I completely forgot, and I told so-and-so I'd help them move, or something like that. And it's a wait. And then you guys have to have the conversation again, probably in about 3 weeks or 3 months. And then you guys are able to move forward, okay? For singles, For singles, I think you guys have been trying to jump into relationships quickly here. I think that every single person that you meet that you like after the first date, you're like, you start planning out you guys' life. You guys start, you're telling your friends you guys are going to get married. Like, you're just trying to rush things. And, or even maybe after the first date, you're like, okay, so what are we? And it's like, the person's like, can I get to know you first? Like, I don't know you. We need to kind of figure this out a little more. I feel like you guys are just almost, for those of you that are single, I feel like you're ruining potential relationships because you're trying to rush things forward and you are forcing things that are not meant to happen in that way, or at that time. I think you guys are going to do this a few more times with a few more people before you realize that this is not the way to go about it and that this is not going to reap positive outcomes for you. You're not going to get anything beneficial from trying to rush people that you don't even know into a relationship. And I think you also realize maybe someone goes for it for some of you, and then you realize like, oh, so this is why you shouldn't rush, because I actually don't like this person. 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, I don't even like them. And then you're moving forward, but it is going to take a while for you guys to get to a point, for those that are single, where you are handling new relationships or new prospects of relationships in a productive way. Okay? So let's move on to Aquarius. Pisces is coming up right after Aquarius, Preet. Aquarius. Spirit, what's going on with Aquarius this week in their love life? What's going on for Aquarius's love life? Spirit, what's going on in Aquarius's love life this week? Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. We have the Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, the Fool. You guys, this is amazing. And the Nine of Cups. Everything's all good for you guys. So I know the Tower at the beginning is scary. This is just an adjustment. This is like you and your partner have to adjust something because you live together and you're arguing over chores. So you have to make a chore list or a chore schedule or something like that, or just talk about who's going to do what chores. Or you, small petty adjustments that need to be changed in your relationship. You guys go through it with a breeze. You talk about it, it's over, it's solved, it's done. Everyone is respecting each other's boundaries. You guys are moving forward. Everyone's happy again. Everything is all good, okay? So if you're having little small arguments with your partner, don't blow it out of proportion. Don't take it to the extreme. It's nothing. Talk about it or resolve it. It's an easy fix. If you're single, I think you're finally cutting off old people. I think you are getting rid of all the stragglers that have been, we're on Aquarius, getting rid of all the stragglers that have been kind of lingering in your energy. You're like, I'm done doing the half in, half out with these people. I don't even like them anymore. I'm just entertaining them because I'm bored or they're bored or I don't have anyone else. It's like one of those things. You're done with that. As soon as you cut them off, here comes the person that you really want. Here comes someone new, a new opportunity for a relationship, a new, or for some of you, it's just that you cut them off and now you're focusing on work and you start making more money and you're happy with that. But for some of you, it's a new relationship that comes in and you're happy with that. It's good. Everything's new. Everything's fresh. It's like fresh new love. You're happy. I'm not saying that it's like a deep romance, but you're having fun with a new person here and you're not worried about the old. Okay? Really good week for you guys, Aquarius. And you guys had a good week last week too, didn't you? Okay, last but not least, we have Pisces. Spirit, what's going on in Pisces' love life this week? What's going on for Pisces this week in love? Pisces this week in love. There we go. We've got the Devil, Justice, the Four of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Bottom of the deck, we have the Four of Wands. Single Pisces, this is not a week for you guys to get into a relationship. The people that are approaching you are not approaching you for the right reasons. There's nothing beneficial that can come out of this relationship at this time, at least. You guys aren't, it's not a good beginning. For those of you that are single, for some of you, the pros, you want them for like what you think they are rather than what they're going to try to get together, even though I'm telling you it's not a good match. I don't think you're going to be able to. I think something is going to kind of block you, like timing never works out, or the person says they want to take you on a date and you say, yeah, like I really want to go on the date, and you've been obsessing about this person and then they stand you up, something like that. It's like the universe is blocking you because it's not the right time. It's like it's not the right person or it's not the right time. You're being asked to reject these offers. Just wait for someone or something that is more, that resonates more with your energy, resonates more with what you want, resonates more with what you're trying to create in your life, so that they're asking you to do that as a way to protect yourself here, okay? If you do so, there's happiness in the end, and you maintain your own stability. So I feel like this person is going to knock you off of your equilibrium, like they're going to knock you off your rocker if you engage with them, and I just don't think you should, okay? For those of you in couples, there's double energy in your relationship. So someone is being possessive, someone is cheating, someone is being manipulative or abusive, or someone has an addiction, something like that. Singles as well, the person that you are trying to attract, they may have an addiction that you don't know about. I think for those of you that are in couples, someone is putting their foot down and saying whoever is being abused or whoever is being manipulated or whoever is being dealing with the partner that has the addiction, putting their foot down. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Here's your ultimatum. I'm not going to date someone who has an addiction. I'm not going to date someone who screams at me. I'm not going to date someone who talks bad about me to their friends, whatever the case is. You're putting your foot down and protecting yourself. This is the last straw. I will say, as a result, there is stability coming towards you. I can't say if that's with your partner or not. I would usually say that it is, but I'm getting a feeling that it's split for you guys. For some of you, they take the ultimatum and they say, okay, I need to get my stuff together. I'm not going to do that anymore. And they change. For others of you, they say they're going to change, and then next week they're back to drinking, or they're back to yelling at you, or they're back to accusing you of whatever the issue is. They're back to it. A week from then, you leave, and that's where you gain your stability and your security from removing yourself from the situation. All right, that's it, you guys, for this week. I hope that those resonated for you guys. I'm going to tell you just one more time about this love special in case anyone got in late. I have a divine union love reading that I do. It's a heart spread for you guys. It goes over the current energy in your relationship or between the next person coming in for you, the desires of each partner, how you can move closer together. And then the last card, it's a 10-card spread. The last card is the potential energy, the potential outcome of the situation. Again, you can get it if you're single. You can get it if you're a couple. It's on sale 30% off until May 7th. And the spread won't be available after May 7th either. So I highly recommend you guys get that if you're interested in more information about your love life. If you don't care about love right now and you want to talk about career, or you want to talk about money, or you want to talk about your living situation, or you want to just talk about whatever you want to talk about, you can also get a timed reading from me at astrolata.com. All of the things are there, and we can talk about whatever you want in the time reading, okay? So thank you guys so much for joining me. I'll be back next Thursday, same time. We'll do the same exact thing. I will try to make a bigger sheet for you guys because I think it's a little small for me looking back at it. So it's probably small for you guys too. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.